Well, let me go ahead and get into the topic and discussion this afternoon. The background behind this particular topic and introduction of this concept into the conference agenda came from a conversation that Bob Williams and I had several months ago as he was planning for, and he just can imagine, mapping out the different sessions and speakers and topics and making sure that we've got really nice coverage across all of the different aspects of relevant information that you all are coming here to hear and listen to speakers and talk to each other and collaborate on some of the questions and concerns that everybody is trying to address. And we really had a whole conversation around this concept of records and information management as the profession, as the functional group within organizations, and how that's really working across industries, across organizations, all size, all industries. And I've been spending the last several years focusing on this whole space around change management and really formalizing my understanding knowledge of change management methodologies and practices embedded into the domain of content and records management specifically. Because that's where I've been my whole professional working career, 29 years or so. I started as a very young child in this space, working for Eastman Kodak Company right out of college, actually, and working in this industry, and have seen everything happen from what was going on in 1983 to what's happening today. And so a lot of times Bob and I just kind of sit back, and we've collaborated. He and I've known each other since 1985 when I invited him to be a speaker here in Chicago at a Wang Laboratories event. Anybody remember Wang? I was a Wang person. I helped introduce the Wang Integrated Imaging System, which quite honestly was a fully integrated platform of electronic mail and office suite products, and it was imaging and all those things. It just happened to be on a really proprietary platform. So Bob and I have just been looking back on what has happened in that time and what we've been working really hard to do. I mean, you think about it and how many years you all have been in this industry, whether you're coming from the record side or the IT side or the legal side. I mean, we're working really, really hard to solve pretty complex records and information management problems. And what seems to be happening is the complexities seem to keep coming and our results seem to keep shifting and sometimes falling behind. And so we need to look at that and figure out what's going on. And so in wondering what the implication is of managing the people side of the change, in addition to what we're doing on the technology side and the transformation side around process and tools and all of that, is that when we add the behavior component, all of a sudden we have a very different opportunity to look at the way that we're doing things and what we're doing and how we present them and how we think about them and how we talk about them. And I really think it's time for a transformation. Okay, what I'm going to suggest to you today in this discussion is this is not an evolution or a transition, it's a transformation I want us to think about. And that is going from this concept of records and information management as a function within the organization to responsible information management, which starts getting us into the umbrella of ownership and accountability. And we're going to talk about what those things mean. So if you think about where we are today, the function of records and information management, what I often see is